Hop on the journey of sodium bicarbonate and citric acid and discover one of the most, if not the most popular bath product of today, the bath bomb. We will look at a range of topics, starting at a very basic level, to achieving firm, market-ready products by learning how to be consistent in your production and discovering the different factors affecting your bath bombs. Hello and welcome to my basic bath bomb making course. This course is aimed at everyone who has a desire or interest in making bath bombs or just starting on this journey. Some of the simple topics we will be looking at are types of bath bombs, ingredients breakdown, humidity and environment, colorants we can use, texture of the bath bombs, moisture affecting bath bombs, enhancements we can add, and packaging. The bath bomb was invented in 1989 by Lush Cosmetics co-founder Mo Constantine. Marketed as a bath treat, rich in fragrance and colors, when it comes down to bare ingredients, the bath bomb is nothing more than a huge aspirin made out of sodium bicarbonate and citric acid. When those two ingredients come in contact with water, they produce carbon dioxide, which you see in the form of air bubbles or fizz. This is also known as an effervescent effect. If you add fragrance and colors, it can really get your mood up. Reason why the bath bomb has been a success ever since it was created. Anything with a very low pH is acidic, while substances with a high pH are alkaline. Sodium bicarbonate has a higher pH, which makes it an alkali, and the citric acid has a low pH, which makes it an acid. Bath bombs also tend to include various types of coloring, and usually a binding agent that holds the ingredients packed together. This binding agent is either an oil, witch hazel, water, alcohol, or all mixed together. In order to compress our sodium bicarbonate and citric acid together, we need a mold. The most popular mold for bath bombs are these round ones made from aluminium alloy, and if you are serious about making bath bombs, you will probably need around hundreds of these. Aluminium molds can spoil easily as they are very light and can easily be damaged or warped. This will have a visual effect on your end product. Aluminium molds usually come in packs of 3, standard size 6, 5, and 4 centimeters. When you make bath bombs using the standard aluminium molds, you will usually find that there will be an outer ring surrounding the bath bomb, where the contact between the two sides has taken place. If you want to give your bath bombs an edge, you can remove this ring with a blunt blade. This is a good choice to help trim the edge and give the bath bomb a very round shape. Simple ingredients. A lot of recipes ask for many types of ingredients to make a bath bomb. These are totally optional. When we come down to the bare ingredients of creating a bath bomb, all we really need is sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and a binding agent, which is either an oil, witch hazel, water, or colorant. This mixture of 3 ingredients will solidify the powder over time and give you the classic bath bomb. One of the best recipes, and the recipe I use all the time, is 2-to-1, which means for 2 cups of sodium bicarbonate, you add 1 cup of citric acid. A lot of other ingredients can be added in order for your bath bombs to stand out though. These range from herbs, salts, fragrances, butters, oils, and various other objects. When making a bath bomb with very few or simple ingredients, you decrease the chance of someone having an allergy to a different ingredient you have used. Simple bath bombs are very safe for children, and you can add various little toys in them without having any problems. Now let's have a look at making a simple ingredients bath bomb. So I have here a kitchen scale. Now I will add 100 grams of sodium bicarbonate and 50 grams of citric acid. We will call this a dry mix. Once our dry mix is done, we will add it to a large bowl and do a hand stir to combine the 2 powders together. I do recommend using gloves to protect your hands. It is all right if you always go by the numbers. However, I like to feel the mix, and so I will use my bare hands. Now, we will add our binding agent, in this case, 1 tablespoon of witch hazel, and we will continue to stir the dry mixture until we have a crumbling texture. This is how we want our mix to be, a bit wet and a bit crumbly. This will ensure that our bath bomb will stay well together. Now we will grab our 6.5 centimeters diameter aluminium mold, Fill both halves with just a bit over the top, while slowly compressing with our palms, and firmly press the two against each other. "100 grams of sodium bicarbonate and 50 grams of citric acid is the perfect quantity to give us a classic 6.5 centimeters in diameter bath bomb with almost no waste. I will add the remaining mix into a half and press the mix again onto the bath bomb. Now we will let our bath bomb harden for approx 1 hour. So we are back after 1 hour. Our bath bomb should now be ready. When it comes to unmolding, our bath bomb has to be firm and ready to sustain some pressure. We also need to let the air in so that it can help push the bath bomb out. To do this, we gently apply some pressure on the side of the rim while slowly turning it, and the bath bomb should come right out of the mold. Another way to check if our bath bomb is ready or it needs more time is to go by the sound. Listen to that. That is the sound of a healthy bath bomb. You can hear the sound traveling through it. This also tells us that it is lightweight and it will float. The sound should always be as if you were tapping a rock or a marble. Now it is time to do a water test and see how well it dissolves. As you can see, the bath bomb will stay on the surface of the water, and it will generate a lot of carbon dioxide, quite a very big aspirin. When it comes to making bath bombs, you need good ventilation. A good place to make your bath bombs is very much your kitchen, as you have access to ventilation from your extraction, and pretty much the simple ingredients are all food graded. However, it is a good idea to avoid boiling any water or causing any steam 30 minutes before starting to make bath bombs. The humidity in the air and acidity will cause your bath bombs to become powdery, and will encounter difficulties in getting your bath bombs to become hard. Note that your bath bombs will also become powdery if your essential oil is close to its expiration date. After you have done a first batch of bath bombs, good airflow is key in getting them solid, regardless of the weather or the temperature outside. While you are in the kitchen, ensure you have a good airflow and avoid boiling water prior to making bath bombs for at least 20 minutes. Expansion is caused by having a mix too wet or fresh flowers such as roses, fresh lavender, etc. If you do find yourself in a situation where the mix is too wet or there is humidity in the air, a good fan blowing over the bath bombs will help drive the moisture away. Colorants play a major role in the creation of your bath bomb, if not the most important one. When you sell your bath bombs or gift them to someone, the first hello for the bath bomb will be its color. Second will be the fragrance. Colorants split into two categories for bath bombs: dry colorants, which are composed of mica and polysorbate 80, and wet colorants, which are liquid-based colorants, are the bath bombs' way of distinguishing themselves from one another. One-color bath bombs usually have simple ingredients, and a number of people on the market prefer them this way. They will also color your water to one specific color. The most popular way of coloring the bath bombs are liquid colorants. These liquid colorants can also act as the binding agent between the sodium bicarbonate and the citric acid. Liquid colorants can be any liquids dyes that are made for bath products. However, liquid food colorants can be used too, and they have picked up in popularity over the last few years. The other bath bombs, however, are more appealing and attractive, and usually pack a punch of fragrance. These put up a show in your bathtub, and they easily make an impression on someone. This impression is caused by the bubbly array of strong colors and rainbow effects caused by the number of colors mixed together. Besides liquid colorants, we can also use mica to color our bath bombs. However, we cannot use mica like the traditional liquid colorants. Otherwise, it will stain our bathtub. So in order for us to successfully blend mica, oil, and water together, we need an additional liquid called polysorbate 80. Polysorbate 80 is an emulsifier, which assists the oils and colors in your bath bombs to release evenly in the water, rather than floating on top. It also prevents the oils and the mica from attaching to the bathtub. This is also important as the other natural oils you may use can make the bottom of the tub slippery. Now let's make a bath bomb using a dry colorant, such as mica. start by adding 100 grams of sodium bicarbonate and 50 grams of citric acid in a bowl and proceed to mix the two together. Now we will add half a tablespoon of our polysorbate 80 emulsifier into our dry mix and mix half a tablespoon of avocado oil with red mica and start mixing the two together to create a paste. We will clear the remaining color by adding some mix inside and take it out. The oil will not activate the dry mix. Now it is time to add our binding agent. So let's add 1 tablespoon of witch hazel and start mixing until we reach our desired consistency. As you can see, our consistency is a bit gummy, which means the mix is too oily. In order to balance this out and get our mix back on track, we need to add a bit more dry mix. So let's add 1 tablespoon of sodium bicarbonate and half a tablespoon of citric acid and remix. Perfect, not too dry and not too wet. Now let's break all the crumbs and make a fine powder so that we can mold it. Now let's bring our halves together and let's make the bath bomb. Let's allow 1 to 2 hours time for the bath bomb to harden, after which we will do a water test. Now it is time for the water test. As you can see, the polysorbate 80 will cause the bath bomb to have a creamy texture in water. And this is not only because it is an emulsifier which helps blend oil and water together, but because it also acts as a surfactant. As you can see, no sign of the mica powder and no staining. Now let's color a bath bomb using liquid colorants. I have here 100 grams of sodium bicarbonate and 50 grams of citric acid in a bowl. I'm going to start by adding 1 tablespoon of apricot kernel oil, followed by a few drops of our binding agent, witch hazel. Now we will give the bath bomb a green color, and we will use a yellow liquid dye, followed by blue. Incorporate the liquids well into the mix and check the consistency. If it is too dry or too powdery, add more binding agent. If it is too gummy, add more dry mix. In our case, the mix is perfect. Now let's grab our 6.5 molds and turn the mix into a bath bomb. Now that our bath bomb is done, let's wait 1 hour for it to harden, after which we will do a water test. To unmold, apply pressure on the rim in a circular motion, and the bath bomb will come right out. We will trim the rim with a blunt blade and start our water test. As you can see, the apricot kernel oil is dispersing well, and the water is turning into a nice shade of green. A healthy bath bomb will always be firm and almost sound like a rock, but different factors can affect bath bombs in many ways. For instance, if the bath bomb does not have enough moisture inside, it becomes very dry and very crumbly, which will also be very hard to mold it, or even package it. Adding surfactant and/or alcohol also dries out the bath bomb mix, and it makes it more powdery. However, this can be overcome by adding more moisture into the mix. Another factor which can influence the bath bomb is being too wet. This will cause the bath bomb to become gummy in texture. The gummy texture means the bath bomb will continue to be moldable even after 6 hours. This will also cause the bath bomb to break in half once you take it out of the mold. Too many oils in the bath bomb mix, or even an expired essential oil, can make the bath bomb gummy in texture, as well as not having enough witch hazel in the mix. To fix a wet bath bomb, there are basically 2 ways. One is at the mixing stage, where you simply add more sodium bicarbonate and citric acid to the mix, and the second way is to add them to a very well-ventilated area, or force air onto them. The salt in bath bombs can also attract moisture. A firm bath bomb is by far the best texture you can achieve. A good wet and dry balance will have your bath bombs ready to unmold in approx 2 hours and ready to package within 3. So how do we achieve a firm bath bomb? Moisture in bath bombs play an important role. It is the right amount of moisture that will make the bath bombs achieve a firm texture in the first place. In order to get the mix right every time, you need to feel the mixture with your hands. A cold by touch bath bomb mix will always be the signal that the mixture is right, as well as being able to create a tiny cluster in your hands from the same mixture. This is where the witch hazel comes into play. Distilled witch hazel is the best ingredient to bind and firm your bath bombs. To make sure you get the right balance of oils and moisture in your bath bombs, it is a good idea to make your own bath bomb wet mix. To do so, begin by adding 70% witch hazel and 30% carrier's oils of choice in a 500 milliliter bottle. This will eliminate the need to add any other extra carrier oils in addition to your colors, essential oils, and/or fragrance. The dry mix, however, should always consist at its base of nothing more than sodium bicarbonate and citric acid. Any other extra addition is best to add it by batch. Now let's make our own wet mix. We will make a quantity of 100 milliliters to use in our bath bombs. We will bring a kitchen scale and start by adding 70 milliliters of witch hazel. Now we will add a mix of oils and fragrances for the remaining 30, in this case. I will go for 10 milliliters of apricot kernel oil, 10 milliliters of English rain fragrance, and 10 milliliters of processed coconut oil. Now, let's give the wet mix a little stir and gently blend all the ingredients together. I am now going to try and break the coconut oil into smaller bits so that it can fit through the funnel. Now that we have our mix ready, it is time to pour into a 100 milliliters empty bottle. And there we have it. We have our own bottle of wet mix, which we can use as a base for making a batch of bath bombs. Now let's use our wet mix. Start by adding 100 grams of sodium bicarbonate, followed by 50 grams of citric acid. Work the dry mix well in a large bowl. Now let's add our wet mix. Shake the bottle well to mix the liquids together and add 1 tablespoon. You can see the witch hazel and oils are all present in there. Incorporate the wet mix well into the dry mix, and let's add some liquid colorant. We will go with a blue and give it a nice Laguna color. As you can see, our mix has the perfect consistency, not too dry and not too wet. Continue to mix and break all the small crumbs until the mix is fine. Now let's pick our 6.5 standard mold, and let's fill both our halves, and gently press down with our palms. Mold the 2 halves together, and let's leave our bath bomb to harden for 1 hour, after which we will unmold and do a water test. Now that 1 hour has passed, our bath bomb should be nice and firm and sound like a rock. The bath bomb being like this will allow us to further work on it. When you unmold, remember to apply pressure on the rim of the mold while slowly turning it to allow air to go inside the mold and push the bath bomb out. Now it's time to do a water test. As you can see, it releases the oils well as reacting very well with the water. When it comes to enhancing your bath bombs, there are always lots of ingredients you can choose from, depending on what type of bath bomb you aim to go for. Some of the most common are herbs, minerals, natural butters, dry flowers, toys, sugar crafts, melt and pour, glitter, foam. None of these will activate the bath bomb in any way. Enhancing your bath bombs will make them stand out in the competitive market. Various ingredients will help you make a different bath bombs targeted for various different clienteles, and getting into the right market and niche requires a good level of research beforehand. When it comes to packaging, there are 3 major ways you can package your bath bombs. The most popular way is using the shrink wrap type of packaging. The advantages with shrink wrap is that it will isolate the fragrance and shield the bath bomb from moisture. It visually exposes the bath bomb and also allows you to add your very own stickers and various decorations to the outer layer. The second most popular way is tissue paper, and this is the eco-friendly version. Tissue paper is great for packaging. It provides a range of colors, and it easily brightens up a box. But the disadvantage, however, is that the tissue paper will occasionally stick to the bath bomb. Depending on where you store them, they can attract moisture, which will spoil the tissue paper and cause it to stick to the bath bomb. Tissue paper also requires a sticker to help keep the bath bomb wrapped. Another type of packaging is made out of cardboard, and it doesn't involve the bath bombs being wrapped in any way. The bath bombs will continue to dry because of the airflow and will protect them from outside elements. There are other creative ways you can package your bath bombs, but these 3 are the most popular ones. I hope you've enjoyed this course and that it will act as a stepping stone in your bath bomb making journey. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.